Hi everyone, sorry for the delay, just setting a few things up. I have not streamed for absolutely ages, so been an awful lot of talk of air traffic control products and new products, pricing of products, old products. I think there's a little gem in all of this, which isn't perfect by any means, but it's FS HUD. I mean, I've tried Sane Tensions. I think the idea of the product is brilliant. Very expensive, I think, for what it does right now, which is an AI friend, I believe. Does a bit of talking, but it doesn't really do much controlling. Right now, I'm absolutely sure that Brian and his team will get that product where it needs to get to. Typically for me, as an IFR flyer, I've tried it. It's not for me for now. Beyond ATC looks incredible, but I don't know when we're going to get it. There's Pro ATC, which is really unsupported, underdeveloped. They've tried to create a product for Microsoft Flight Simulator, which just isn't any good in my view. There's PF3, very good, but very poor voices and very manual. There's Pilot to ATC, which is really good, voice activated but can't control the traffic. Good God, how many more? There's another one as well. Which one am I thinking of? It's gone out of my head. Either way, obviously you've always got VATSIM. VATSIM's the best of the best when there's somebody online. And then there's FS HUD, and I wanted to just demonstrate that today. When the product was released, the developers kindly gave me a copy, and I tried it, and it impacted my frames to the point where I just couldn't use it. Gone away and not touched it for probably around a year now, and I've tried it the last couple of days, and I've been pretty much really impressed with it, to be fair. The voice pack is quite limited, so you do hear the same voices over and over again, but they are semi-human. The planning and the direction and the taxiing, the old constraints, the speed constraints, everything seems to be really, really well managed. So I thought, as soon as I've actually got some time on my hands for the first time in ages, I'll do a stream and just really showcase FS HUD a little bit, and just give people that are waiting for Beyond ATC, which I presume will be the best thing since sliced bread. It's another option really to look at, but okay. What I'll do is I'll swap the view of my stream for a minute just to go to desktop view, so we can actually see what's going on. Let me just resize it. You can tell I haven't streamed for that long. I've had to reinstall it all again. So FS to HUD, I can't remember the price, but I'll look it up when we're airborne. Once installed, you've got FSLTL, which most people have got already. Once you scroll to the top, once you go through, it automatically detects FS to HUD, so it doesn't go down its normal route. It routes the traffic into FS to HUD instead, which means that that can then be controlled as well, which is pretty cool. So once we're in, all we do, we go in to retrieve the sim brief. Flight plan, we just simply click that one thing. Now it will import it raw. What I always like to do before we go any further is have a look at the actual flight plan and make sure, which I'm just going to do now on, might as well show you what I'm doing, so I'm not doing it on another screen. I'm just going to unload my last flight, pull in this flight. I'm just going to check the flight plan. I know you can do it on the tablet, but I'll just get used to doing it on here. Let's just move this across a little bit. So flight level 370, that's the main bit I wanted to see. And looking at the departure runways 25 and the arrivals 22. Okay, so 370. So based on what I've just said, we don't actually have to do too much when it comes to FS to HUD. We've imported it because, where's it gone? There it is. Because the flight plan is the altitude, cruise altitude is fine. We don't need to do anything. Sometimes on SimBrief you get steps and you get the wrong altitudes. If you need to change it, it's quite simple. You can edit the flight and you can see the altitude insert here, and you can just change it within there. But once I'm ready, I'll show you the interface, but then I'm going to hide it just because it gets in the way, so I'm going to move it off screen so you won't be able to see it. But it's just options of 1, 2, 3. It automatically pulls in your flight plan, but you can go in here and change. I might call myself EZ2064 actually and apply that. I can set some very small bits around the aircraft, whether I know this is limited at 40,000. I'm not going to mess with anything else. I can change. You can see all the FS traffic which is in here, and we'll have a look outside in a minute. And then within here you can change some of the speakers, the effects, the volume, the level of traffic you're going to see. I haven't messed with it, and it's all worked really well. But before I take this off the screen, let's just go in and get our clearance. And I tend to write it down, but you can see it on here. It'll automatically tune all of the radios. You can untick that option, but I just quite like leaving it. So we'll go in and request it, and we'll see what happens.
Aldergrove ground, EZ2064, gate 12, request clearance to Stansted with information Yankee.
EZ2064, clear to Stansted, runway 25, fly runway heading, climb flight level 210, squawk 6552.
Cleared to Stansted, runway 25, fly runway heading, climb flight level 210, squawk 6552, EZ2064.
EZ2064, read back correct, report when ready.
It's brilliant, you get the concept.
Will report when ready, EZ2064.
You'll see on here when
EZ781 Papa, contact
keep
Aldergrove
talking
Tower,
now.
118.3.
You'll see when I'm ready to push and start, I'll just choose the option.
118.3.
I'm going to move it off the screen now and just change my screen back to...
Aldergrove ground, 3082,
It'll keep talking now,
request clearance to Lima Delta Zulu
you're going to hear all of
with
the clearance
information
now.
Yankee.
I might need to turn it down actually, otherwise you won't be able to hear me talking, but we can
3082, clear to Lima Delta Zulu Alpha,
see
runway
all of the
25, fly
FSLTL
runway heading, climb flight level
traffic,
210, squawk
which is in
6454.
the sim as well. Very
Cleared
much
to Franjo
easy
Tugman,
driven, thank
runway
you to
25,
FSLTL,
fly
getting the
runway
airport
heading,
right.
climb flight level
The odd line there to do as
210,
well.
6454, 3082.
Let me just go to the settings.
3082,
Turn
read back
down.
correct, report when ready.
Let's just turn them down a little bit.
Will report when ready, 3082.
Radio
Aldergrove
effects,
ground,
voice
3082,
speed.
request pushback and start up. 3082, pushback and start up approved.
I think I've turned it down anyway. Right, okay. I think I've turned it down too much now. Put it on about 50%.
3082, request taxi.
Okay. So
3082, taxi
that's
to
a bit around
runway 25,
FS
file whiskey Oscar Delta Gold Albor Tango Echo,
What we'll
Delta
do, we'll just
Charlie
set up our
Lima
flight as
Alpha,
normal
hold short
now.
of runway 1735.
So I'll jump onto my iPad.
Taxi to
Actually,
holding
I can
point
just
runway
use
25
my...
via whiskey Oscar
I've got to
Delta
remember
Gold
everything is
Alpha
on here. It's
Tango
number
Echo,
3,
Delta
isn't it?
Charlie Lima Alpha, hold short of runway 1735, 3082.
So we'll set up a flight as normal. Hopefully on takeoff it should follow the procedures, so we'll get to a certain height and then it'll either give me a vector or it'll give me a direct, because there are no SIDs available. We'll ignore that, it's just because I've changed the time of the sim a little bit. So that's done. I'm going to do everything quickly, so we'll load the aircraft and we'll do it instantly. Right, let's have a write down. So we are 59.6 and 31.7 and the fuel is 5.7. Cool. So we'll go into our FMC and set up our flight. We'll go to Yatsu, AOC, and I will do the flight initialization. We'll pull that through.
3082, contact Aldergrove Tower, 118.3.
And then we'll go to
118.3,
receive messages.
3082.
We haven't got any yet, which is good. Flight in it. Flight in it. Let's just pull that through. Right, so we're going to be easy. I haven't streamed for ages because I've been getting massive frame spikes, so I'm just praying that that doesn't happen on this. If it does, I'll have to just cancel the stream and I'll record a separate video, but fingers crossed we're good. I'm going to go at a slightly higher cost index than Easy would normally use, just so the flight doesn't take all night. We'll pull our wind through. Let's just clear some of these messages off. Let's go through, and it was 59.6 stroke 31.7. Okay, and then our fuel was 5.7. I'm not going to go through the whole of the fuel planning on this,
ground 3082.
because I really want to showcase the FS HUD instead of
3082.
my skills of setting up the Airbus.
Continue taxi via China.
Right, so we're going to be out of 25, which was our instruction from the ATC, and then there will be a disco, but we should get a direct or some vectors, fingers crossed. So let's go and grab our performance. So we're at a 2.5. Let's pull through the load sheet, let's pull through the weather, and let's calculate. Oh, what have I missed? Sync the load sheet, sync the weather, calculate. So 143, so 143, 143, 144, flaps 3 takeoff, that's interesting, and we are down 0.4, 1270 on the engine out, and the thrust reduction and acceleration. Right, okie dokie, back into here, so we're 143, 143, 144, or let me check, I've started SPAD next as well, otherwise none of my controls will work. We're on the Phoenix, yep, that's good. Flaps, I can't believe it's a flaps 3 takeoff, but never mind. Down 0.4, and I didn't make a note of our flex temp, which is 54. Cool. We'll jump up to the top. Was that 8? No, it wasn't 8, it must have been 6, or was it 5? That's 5. You can tell I haven't flown this one for ages. So fuel pumps are coming on. APU's already started, seatbelts can come on, ground controls on, evac down to captain, and we want the crew supply on, ground controls on. Yeah, we're good. Okay, okay. So 80 will set barometer, and the initial was flight level 120, I think it gave me. I did write it down. We'll check it on here. Fly runway heading, climb flight level 210. That's a really weird altitude to give me from the off, but never mind, we'll take it. Constraints are coming on, the APU's running. Right, so let's go on to this new Airsoft. Airsoft kindly gave me a copy of this to try as well, and I must apologise I didn't get a chance to showcase the product on the channel. We will plan our pushback, and then we'll get ATC clearance to push and start. So we're just going to go to here. What I like about this actually is once I put a line into here, oh, it's not going to let me draw that line there. I've got to go back there, and then I can pull it forward. What's that green line going over there for? Let's just take that out. There we go, and we just click OK, and then we clicked on connect tug, I think it is.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground, stand by.
We'll just go and clear any company messages we've got. Let's move this out of the way. Cool. We'll pop our beacon on. Got no ground power connected. Let's just make sure we've got no ground services connected.
3082,
Okay,
contact
sir.
Aldergrove Tower, 118.3.
All doors and hatches
118.3, 3082.
All that's
The parking
good.
brakes are set. You may lift.
Okie dokie. So let's try out. I'm not going to put FS HUD on the screen because it's. I have to change the screen view because it's embedded, but it shows it as separate. So let's request our pushback and start.
Aldergrove ground, easy 2064, request pushback and start up.
Easy 2064, pushback and start up approved.
Pushback and start up approved, easy 2064.
So you'll hear the voices. They're not that bad compared to some of the other apps I've seen. They're limited, so there's probably about 5 or 6 voices, so you'll hear the lot again, especially with FSLTL plumbed into it as well. But the quality of what's being said is bang on. You'll see the procedures are all there, all the constraints are there, the vectors are there. It's really good. It sometimes gives you a late descent, slightly late, and that's because the controller's too busy talking to FSLTL, so it does miss you. Just sort of watch for that. It's nothing I've never recovered by using the speed brake, but we'll see how we get on. So let's remove the parking brake. We're clear, the beacon's set. We've removed the parking brake and we can start pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, clear for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Well, one thing I haven't done, which I'll get told off for, is set my squawk, which was, if I can find it, 6552. Pop that on auto. Just watching the engine start. Right, EGT's raising. So if anybody missed the start of the stream, I tried FS to HUD when it first came out, and the impact on my frames was ridiculous, and I stopped using it. I thought I'd try it again with all the hype around air traffic control programs, let's say with beyond ATC and say intentions and everything. I thought I'd give this one another go, and I've been pleasantly surprised, if I'm honest with you, with that's good, it's pulling me forward as well with what I've had so far, but we'll talk about it as we go on. So we'll pull forward, we'll wait till we stop. I'll just start engine number 2. We want to go to that view, don't we?
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a safe flight.
Good, we'll
Holding
lose.
position waiting for the visual.
We'll
Thank
lose
you and
that there.
goodbye.
Right, so we were flaps 3 on this takeoff. I've got to remember that one when we lift up. pop the TCAS on now, and we're going to go on the spoilers. You can tell how long it's been since I've flown the Phoenix. Right, and we're going to pop our radar on, and we're going to pop our CCS into auto brake. Now we may get frame issues when we get near Stansted. That was the whole reason why I stopped streaming for a while, because of the frame issues, but we'll see how we get on. The APU is coming off. Right, let's get our taxi instructions. What I will do is swap the screen back so you can actually see the instructions come through. Let me just do that now. And I'll drag that back onto the screen.
Easy 2064, request taxi.
Easy 2064, taxi to holding point runway 25 via Alpha Papa Romeo Oscar November Alpha.
Taxi to holding point runway 25 via Alpha Papa Romeo Oscar November Alpha. Easy 2064.
That's interesting. It normally says the word apron, but it uses a phonetic alphabet to pronounce apron then, which is a bit weird. What you've now got is a map on here, and it'll guide you right to the runway and tell you when you're there. Well, let's lose that off the screen and just go back to our normal stream view now. If anybody's got any questions as we go along, just ask away, but apart from that, we're cleared to taxi. Taxi lights are coming on. I just need to set this to down 0.4, which I've done. And there we go. So let's taxi through, and at that point we'll do the cabin call and we'll test our config for takeoff. Oh, it's the Phoenix, isn't it? We've got to wait for them to confirm. I can see the stream struggling a bit with frames, but actually my end it's not, which is a bit frustrating. Hopefully it'll be okay and it's not too stuttery your end. It certainly looks it on the OBS view I've got. Slick as anything my end. So on my end on FS HUD now, I'm just following the map to the runway, and I can see on my TCAS I've got 2 planes on approach, so we might have to just wait for a minute. Can't see them through the cloud yet, but I can see ones at looks like they're just being vectored. We might actually get out before them. I might have to play with the OBS settings to see if I can improve the quality of the stream, so I do apologise if it is stuttery on your side, but on my side it's pretty crystal clear. Just give it a bit more welly, otherwise we're going to be taxiing all night. So just see on the TCAS there's a couple of aircraft being vectored into runway 25, but we should be out before they become any contention. What will happen as we get near the stop point of the runway, we'll be passed over to tower. excited about the new Phoenix version 2 coming out, Block 2. Just silly things for immersion like the announcements and things. It's quite looking forward to that. Fingers crossed. We should get a hand
Easy
off the tower.
2064. Contact Aldergrove Tower 118.3.
118.3, easy 2064.
Now I've set this to auto-tune the radio so I haven't got a mess. So we're going to click ready for departure.
Aldergrove Tower, easy 2064, runway 25, ready for departure.
Easy 2064, line up runway 25.
Line up runway 25, easy 2064.
TCAS is on. Start the clock. Yeah, we've got one on final. I can just see it on TCAS now, but it's not going to be any contention for this.
Easy 2064, wind 2 degrees at 8 knots, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
That's a new voice, haven't
Runway 25, cleared for takeoff, easy 2064.
Okay, let's line up. So I'm interested to see now, when we take off, what's it do? What does FS HUD do? Does it give us vectors, or does it give us a direct, or does it forget us? Let's see what happens. Okay, we're ready. We'll spool up to about 45-50%. And we're stable. Let's go flex. Gotta find it on my throttle. There it is. Airspeed's alive. The stream does look stuttery. 100 knots. V1. Rotate. Right, gear up. We'll go flaps 2. We'll start our turn. Actually, we were told on runway heading I'm doing what we normally do at Aldergrove. Flaps 1, and then we can actually go flaps up. And we'll go to climb thrust. We want to concentrate on the air traffic control. Let's switch on the autopilot. I think which should keep us in a straight line until we've got more instructions.
Easy 2064, contact Aldergrove approach 133.12.
The stream might be affected.
133.12, easy 2064.
So apologies again if the stream...
Aldergrove approach, easy 2064 at 2,300, climbing flight level 210.
1913, turn left heading 245, cleared ILS, approach at 2,500, runway 17, report established on localizer. Left heading 245, cleared ILS, approach at 2,500, runway 17, report established on localizer 1913. Easy 2064, radar contact, proceed direct Lisbo, then as filed, continue climb flight level 210.
Proceed direct Lisbo, continue climb flight level 210, easy 2064.
That's good. I was unsure if it's going to give me vectors or a direct. So it's done a good job there. So all the traffic you can hear is being fully controlled by FSLTL, but it's not just being injected, it's actually being controlled by FS HUD as well. So we'll go to standard pressure, So again, if I keep saying it for different people that join in,
1913,
apologies
established on
for any stuttery,
1913, continue approach.
the stuttery stream. It's fine my end.
Continue approach 1913. 1913, contact Alder Grove Tower 118.3. 118.3, 1913.
Passing 10,000, landing lights coming off, and we'll release the cabin. One good thing as well, when we get near top of descent, it will display what our arrival star is, and any transitions, and if you want, and the arrival runway, if you want to change it, you can.
Easy 3903 Zulu, turn left heading 225, cleared ILS, approach at 2,500, runway 17, report established on localizer.
Left heading 225, cleared ILS, approach at 2,500, runway 17, report established on localizer, Easy 3903 Zulu.
The stream's putting some pressure on my CPU, so that's why the speech is dropping out, and I can see each time it spikes, my frames drop right down as well, which is frustrating. Some big spikes, I'm going from 70 FPS down to 20, up and down.
1913, turn left heading 345, climb 4,900. Left heading 345, climb 4,900, 1913.
Easy 3903 Zulu, established on localizer.
1913, continue climb 3,000. Continue climb 3,000, 1913. Easy 3903 Zulu, contact Alder Grove Tower 118.3.
118.3, Easy 3903 Zulu.
1913, expect ILS, approach, runway 17. Expect ILS, approach, runway 17, 1913.
Must have been a runway change then, because it's assigned me 25 and now it's putting everybody else down 17. Yes, as I say, I've used FS HUD when it came out, and the FPS issues I had and performance issues it gave me, it was unusable, but since I've left it
Easy
for quite a long
2064,
time,
contact Scottish Centre 119.875.
let's just go over to Scottish.
119.875, easy 2064.
So all of the radar, the furs, if you like, are perfectly formed.
Scottish Centre, easy 2064, at Ringer, at flight level 190, climbing flight level 210.
Easy 2064, radar contact. Proceed direct Lena, then as filed. Continue climb flight level 370.
Proceed direct ringer. Continue climb flight level 370. Easy 2064.
There we go, all the way up. I think when we finally come to land, we're going to have a few performance issues on the stream. It's going to be stuttery, but on my actual sim it's not stuttery, it's crystal clear. Just wonder if I was to change.
Easy 2064, contact London Center, 118.475.
If I was to turn...
118.475. Easy 2064.
I just wonder if I was to turn that off and that on. No, it's still
London Center, Easy 2064, inbound bank at flight level 210, climbing flight level 370.
No, so I thought I'd try that. Let's switch it back.
Easy 2064, radar contact. Proceed direct debut, then as filed. Continue climb flight level 370.
Proceed direct bank, continue climb flight level 370, Easy 2064.
Yeah, so
862, clear Alpha Papa Lima Echo 2 Papa arrival.
the spikes in the ATZ voice are being
Cleared
caused by
Alpha
the
Papa
stream.
Lima Echo 2 Papa, arrival 862.
862, contact Scottish Center, 119.875.
119.875, 862.
Gee, let me set up my approach for a minute. So we're going to be on the Listo 1 Lima for 22. I thought we were going to get a CTD then. I was going to cry. So we're going to be arriving at ILS 22. Listo 1 Lima. I'm not going to put a transition. Oh, I better put a transition in at night via. Was it Abbott or Laurel? It's Laurel from memory. But I will amend the flight plan slightly. Let me just look at my routing on that one there. So when we come in, again you'll just have to ignore the popping of the sound. It's me moving the map, it's just putting too much pressure on the system. After Finma, there's Barclay, and then we want to go straight. So after Finma, you got Bombo, Barclay, Bombo. We want to lose. Where's Bombo? We don't want to lose Bombo. Want to lose.
251, continue descent, flight level 60.
Lose
Continue descent, flight level 60, 251.
that. And no, I don't. Let's cancel that. I want to lose. I think it's just first Barclay. Let me have a quick look at the plan. That was it. That's fine. So we just click insert on that. Let's go. We've got Bumbo. Yep, that's what I wanted, and I just need to make sure that that's reflected on the ATC. So while I'm here, performance. Might as well do that now. Weather check is it's 220 at 6. Nice straight down the nose. Temperature is 3 degrees. The QNH is 990. And what I'll do quickly is just pop it to 990 now, so we don't get any weird fluctuations. And the minimums down for a Cat 1
Ryanair
is
Hotel Whiskey, descend flight level
548.
60. Descend flight level 60, Ryanair Hotel Whiskey.
and we're all configured. I'll work on the stream and try and improve the amount of buffering, and there might be some settings I can play with. But the fluctuations of FPS are ridiculous whenever I'm streaming. It's why I stopped streaming before, to be fair. And I'm looking at utilisation of my graphics card. It's hardly been touched. It's interesting as well, I'm at 30,000 feet, but the overlay saying I'm at 27. Till it's getting late at night, there's not much air traffic around, as this is obviously loading in real world traffic. It's quite quiet.
A506, fly heading 345, cleared visual approach at 900, runway 31, report runway in sight.
Flight heading 345, cleared visual approach at 900, runway 31, report runway in sight. A506.
I need to look into this, see if I can get an external encoder for this streaming mark, because not many other people have got problems I've got. I just worry about what the frame's going to be like for the stream when we land down at Stansted. With some proper spikes, you can probably hear the sound popping. I mean, the objective of the stream is just to show you FS HUD, to be fair, so I'm not too bothered about frames. Pushed along by a 23 knot tailwind as well, which is good. I'll have a look at the OBS settings. I don't think there's much I can actually change while we're streaming. I think it's all greyed out. Output. I'm going to change the bit rate down to 4000. Just to see. I don't know if it'll affect anything. Whether it'll make it a little bit smoother. We will see. But when you do stream, you have to put so much content on your PC.
2066, fly heading 175, clear ILS, approach at 1700, runway 18, report established on localizer.
Fly heading 175, clear ILS, approach at 1700, runway 18. Report established on localizer 2066.
Picking up a mild bit of turbulence there. Thanks to flightsim.to and the ship's add-on.
Shamrock 67 X-ray, contact doubling approach 121.1.
This turbulence is actually
121.1, Shamrock 67 X-ray.
unsure if it's turbulence or whether it's a spike from the CPU. Yeah, it is. It's as soon as I'm just looking at this. Hopefully it's not going to get too silly.
Easy 2064, expect list 1 Lima, arrival, Laurel ILS, approach, runway 22, report when ready for descent.
So there we go. What I'm going to do is just swap the view over for a minute. I'm going to bring on screen now what we've got.
Expect list 1 Lima, arrival, Laurel ILS, approach, runway 22, report when ready for descent, easy 2064.
Chanix 32 Lima, continue descent, flight level 240.
So I can change my arrival settings, and what I'm going to do is take the list of...
Chanix 32 Lima.
Actually, we've got no transition.
Tom 1 Victor Bravo, clear Alpha.
You can change your gate as well. I don't know what gate. I'll just go to gate 1. I'm happy
Clear
with that.
exit 1 Mike, arrival 1 Victor Bravo.
Yeah, we're struggling a little bit on the stream.
Easy 2064, continue climb, flight level 360.
Continue climb, flight level 360,
It's a
easy
real problems with the
2064.
sim. And it's all based off the spiking from the streaming, which is really frustrating me.
1148, contact Manchester Center 118.775.
Yeah, all of this rocking is coming from the CPU being overloaded. We're going to have to lose autopilot in a minute.
1148. Easy 2064, expect list 1 Lima, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 22, report when ready for descent.
Yeah, the spikes are ridiculous on my CPU.
Expect list 1 Lima, arrival, ILS, approach, runway 22, report when ready for descent, easy 2064.
Tom Jet 1 Victor.
This will end in a CTD, I think.
And maintain flight level 70.
Right, something's gone on since I've changed the settings. Let me just go back onto the settings. Output. Let's just go back to...
Chanix 32 Lima, cleared Papa Oscar Lima 1 November, arrival. Cleared Papa Oscar Lima 1 November, arrival. Chanix 32 Lima.
Hi mate. You join me whilst I'm having some right CPU issues. The stream is causing me problems. It's good to see you, my friend. I used to stream all the time, and I've not been streaming so much lately because my system hates it when I stream. It really screws up the computer. Where are we?
London Centre, Ryanair 5 November Tango at flight level 180, climbing flight level 210.
We're at 360. This rocket's coming from the CPU, it's really doing my head in.
Ryanair 5 November Tango, radar contact, continue climb flight
Company said
level
38.
210.
Yeah, all of this, what you're seeing on this rocket,
Ryanair 5 November Tango.
is because I'm getting some massive CPU spikes.
London Centre, 90428, Mike India Delta 310, departure at 200, climbing flight level 100.
Yeah, I wish it was turbulence, but it's CPU spikes. It'll probably end up in the CTD in a minute. But the whole objective was wanting to show FS to
radar
HUD.
contact, continue to climb flight level 100.
If I it won't enable me to pause the stream, will it? No, it's a shame. Got it back on track.
Continue on flight level 100. 94228.
Yeah, the more it continues, the less I'll be able to do the
Ryanair
flight.
1 November Mike, descend flight level 240. Descend flight level 240, Ryanair 31 November Mike.
Try and see if there's anything else I can shut down that's running, that's using system resource.
Ryanair 5 November Tango, expect bags 1 kilo, arrival Kilo Echo Romeo 1 Tango, ILS, approach, runway 16, report when ready for descent.
Expect bags 1 kilo, arrival Kilo Echo Romeo 1 Tango, ILS, approach, runway 16, report when ready for descent. Ryanair 5 November Tango.
We'll see how we get on. We might have to call it a day if it carries on.
32 Lima, continue descent, flight level 160. Continue descent, flight level 160, Channel X32 Lima.
Yeah, whenever I do any form of movement.
Ryanair 5 November Tango, ready for
22
descent.
miles.
Ryanair 5 November Tango, continue climb and flight level 240.
Continue climb flight level 240, Ryanair 5 November Tango.
We'll tell FS HUD we're ready for descent. We're about 20 miles off, but
Easy 2064, ready for descent.
Easy 2064, descend flight level 240.
Descend flight level 240, Easy 2064.
oops.
Tom Jet 1 Victor Bravo, contact Manchester approach 121.355.
We'll start down slowly.
One, two, 1.355. Jet 1 Victor Bravo.
See if it lets us start down first.
Easy 2064, cleared list 1 Lima, arrival.
Cleared list 1 Lima, arrival, Easy 2064.
Descend. We'll go to open descent. And then will it let us change it to managed? No, it holds it back. Ah, yeah, we got to descent now. I think some of the spikes have caused problems with it, but we will see. If we start getting the swaying back, then we'll like to we're doing. There we go. There's the swaying back. Yeah, this is CPU spikes causing this. Change the LOD down to yes, whenever we see a spike on the CPU it starts swaying. Which only happens when I stream, which is why I don't stream anymore. Thinking actually something that might just fix it very quickly. The PC's on fire at the minute, the heat coming out of it. Let's have a quick look, see if it'll bring up the general options, see if we could just bring down the resolution from, let me write down where it was, 25601600. Let's pull that down to 1080. It might screw the resolution up on the screen a little bit, but I could reset it. See if that improves anything for now. We'll see if we still get spikes or whether we get a more stable flight. Let me just reformat the screen for the stream.
In 276, fly heading 345, cleared visual approach.
No, I don't think it's going to make any difference.
Runway 30, report runway in sight. Fly heading 345, cleared visual approach at 1200, runway 30, report runway in sight, 8276. 90067, descend and maintain 2000, altimeter 2921.
Basically, the OBS is zapping all of the available resources to render the stream, which is then causing a knock-on effect. I normally stream at about, I normally fly at about 70 to 80 FPS, but I'm getting about 25 to 30 when I'm streaming, and it's just having been a nightmare. I wonder if I can just start our chat. Somehow I've just managed to put the table out. Where's the click spot on this again? As we get near London, it might just become unflyable. If it does, we'll just have to kill it. As long as I can demonstrate FS HUD working. I've still got my speed brake out. Touch wood, it seems to be a little bit more stable since we've made some
London
settings.
Centre 4076 at 200, climbing flight level 60.
But we will see. I can see the stream still looks a bit stuttering. I can see the encoder is overloaded.
Easy 2064, continue descent, flight level 200.
There's no way to get
Continue
OBS
descent, flight
to use
level
a different
200,
call.
easy 2064.
It's really pulling on the frames again now. I can see. I'm just watching this resource monitor of the screen. It's every time the encoder overloads. There's no way I can bring it down
4076,
anymore.
radar contact, fly heading 250, continue climb flight level 60.
Fly heading 250, continue climb flight level 60, 4076.
8276, runway in sight.
I think I can see the problem. It's rendering.
8145,
It's
fly
trying to
heading
render the
170,
stream at
visual
2K.
approach at 1000, runway 24, report runway in sight. Fly heading 170.
Just going to end the stream for a minute, guys, and just join back on in just a second. I think I might be able to fix it.